Hey guys, welcome back to Board Game Shenanigans. Basically, a series where I will play board games with either my sister or I guess now, just alone. So today I'm going to be playing Sky Team, and thanks to this new tripod that I was thinking of getting rid of, but it actually works pretty well for this. You can see the board and everything that you need to see for the game, except you can't see the mugs. So let me just make it so you can see those. There we go. Now you can see the mugs. Okay. So basically in this game, my goal is to get everything ready for the plane to land. And how I'll do that is I will activate these different switches, which will move these up, which I need to use all of these switches and all of these switches. There's different restrictions. You need to make sure the plane is straight up, so it's straight when it lands. You need to make sure you clear out these planes before the end of the game. And at the end of the game, you'll need to get the brakes. These numbers will have to add lower than the brakes. So let's get started. So basically this shows blue. So I will take this token to start. And this is a reroll token. I can use it at any time to reroll any of the dice. But since I'm playing this solo, and you probably noticed this is a two-player game, I will show you how to play this solo. So first I'll start. In the original game, you'll make a plan of what you think you can do before you roll the dice. But since I'm playing solo, I just work as I go. So I'm going to roll these blue dice, move these over to where you can see them. So we got a 2, 1, 4, and 6. So let's see what's best for me to use. So I'm looking at my options here. And in this one, it's good to see what happens here. That it might be cheating, but like seeing what dice I can use here later. So let's see what's best for now. I think the best one is we want to get in between here because then we move one space. If you move enough spaces to crash into a plane, then you lose. There's multiple ways to lose, so I got to make sure that I can win this game. So let's start with, let's do 2 right here because that's a good range for this middle part. And then in solo play, you roll 1 of the dice. Okay, so I got a 1. So that's not going to work. That will move us nothing if I use it like that. So we will use this on here, flip the switch, and move this up. So now we're one step closer to flipping all these switches. These have to be in order. These can be in any order. Okay, so now I go back to blue, and I choose which one I want to use. I could have done the plane. Darn it. That's fine. Okay. I don't want to move this up because then it's harder to get it. And the planes don't do anything. I can't get the planes yet. So maybe I'll use 4 on the planes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I count it and then I get rid of the plane. It is no longer in the game. So now I roll an orange. 3. Okay, so I'm looking at my options. And we want to get to 5. So now we move 1 space down on this. Sorry, I'm on like a rougher surface, so it's hard to move them down. Okay, so 6 and 1. Let's see. I want to... This is a good chance. I'm going to try that. Hopefully it works out. Let's roll this. 2, that is not good for that. If it goes to the red X, you lose the game because you've spun out. Okay, so 2. Let's clear out that plane. Let me put that there and count 1, 2. Get rid of that. Okay, now I've got a 1, so I have to make this work. So instead, we're going to add some coffee, which can add 1 or subtract 1 from a total of the die. 2. So, I just lost the game. That's lovely. So we will actually reset everything. That's a great start. So it shows you that even if you play this solo, even if you play with 2 people, you could still fail the game. So let me put everything back. Let me put these planes back where they were. And we will, now that you know how to play the game, start over. Let me move this up 1. There we go. And let me take this token, and we will try again. Flip that switch back, move this back. Okay. Let's start with blue again. Dang, that sucks. Okay. Okay, so we got some pretty high numbers here. We got a 6, 5, 5, and 1. So, this time I will wait on this one Because honestly, I should look at those later and see if it matches any of these. Okay, let's try that again. So, let's do a 5 here maybe. Oh, this is so rough. I could do a 5 to clear a plane. That would work. But I'm going to try a 5 in the engine. And if I need to move it up, then I can. Okay. Now we roll one of the orange dice. Let me move this. It's a 6. Okay. So we don't want 11. That moves us 12. Actually, I mean, I could move 11, but then I'd have to make sure that I can clear that plane and make sure I don't move on one of the turns. So I could do that. Or I could look. Oh, we have a 6 right here, and we have a 6 right here. So the plane does not move. That step is good. And now I'm going to look at these. We got a 1 and a 5. Okay. 1 and 5. So let's put the 1... Let's put the 1 on a coffee, maybe? I think... Okay. I think I'll clear out a plane with the 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear this out. Okay, now let's roll an orange die. 6, that is still too high. And all I could do is clear out a plane or do a coffee. Because this is too... Oh, wait. Didn't I want to... Guess I could do that. So now move 2. And now I can use this blue 1. Never mind, I already used my clear a plane action. So this will have to go somewhere else. Let's give it to... I could do that. But then it's... Oh, maybe. I guess I'll do that. So now I move this up 1. And now it's harder for me to move it only 1 space, which is good because I need to move it less spaces at the moment. So now let's roll an orange. I think I did this in the wrong order. That's totally fine though. 6. Let's clear a plane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, can't do that because you can't go higher. So I will add a coffee token. And now let's roll this one. Yeah, I definitely did it in the wrong order. It's fine though. 4. I'm looking. I could clear a plane. I guess that's what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear that out of the way. Okay. So now we check if these have been done. They have been done. We check if that's good. Okay. So we're good. Let's take these dice back. And let's take back the orange dice. Can't believe I failed on the first round in the first part. Okay. So now this moves down 1 to initiate that orange goes first now. We have a coffee token if we need to add 1 or subtract 1 to a die roll. Okay, so now I have to move over to the other side. Let's roll these orange dice. Okay, that's pretty good. We got 2 6s, a 4, and a 5. Actually, that's not very good if we're going for low numbers. So I need a 4 and a 1. Okay, so let's see. I don't like when I have to start it. Let's see, okay. This has to be in a specific order. This does not. Oh, okay. We can't move 2, otherwise we crash the plane. Or otherwise I crash the plane. So I might add coffee, but I don't know at the moment. I'm trying to think. I could just do a 4 and clear out a plane. I guess I'll do that. Oh, but then... I think I should probably just take a risk, use a coffee mug, change this to a 3. This was a 4. Change this to a 3 and put it there. Hopefully we can get a 2. Or we can move up the blue or something. Because we don't want to move. Okay, so now let's roll one of the blue. 2! Perfect! Okay, so 5. We don't move at all. Now we got to clear out that plane for later. Okay, so then we'll be on track with the round tracker. Okay, orange now. Let's see. These are not finalized. These are dice that have to be rolled later. Okay, let's see. We will do a 5 on the plane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear that out. Okay, next we roll a blue. Okay, so we've got a 5 here. I guess we'll have to do this. We move it 1 space further. So it moves closer. It moves to the higher number. So if it was 4 and 6, then it would move 2 over here because 6 minus 4 is 2. So you have to move it to the difference of the 2 dice, favoring the higher dice when moving it. So let's move it 1 because it's 6 and 5. Okay, so looking at these, we have 1 orange, 2 blue. So blue will go now. 1. Okay, yep, let's clear out that plane. There we go. And now let's use this orange 6 somewhere. We can't use it here, doesn't do anything. So let's get a coffee token. And I do know that I have a reroll token if I really need to use it. So now let's roll a blue. That's a 2. Okay, 2. So that can help activate the brakes. We should do that because we don't need coffee. We should activate the brakes. You need to activate at least one brake to win the end of the game because you need to be lower. And if you have nothing of the brakes, then you can't be lower because you are... Yeah, you can't get one. So you have to move the brakes at least one space. Okay, now we remove them. We check them. Put the orange there. Put the blue in this bin. By the way, these trays do not... Oh, no. These trays do not come with the game. Just a note of that. There's 2 here. Okay, I'm going to assume it was this. But I swear... No, yeah, it was this. Okay. So, I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. This was most likely here. Oh, that's really rough. Okay, if I played this wrong, hopefully I redeem myself by clearing out the planes later. Like you see a move and it's like, oh, he cleared out the planes correctly. I am so sorry. I can't really pause this and check, otherwise the video ends and there goes all my progress for the video. So let's move this down to blue. Now blue goes first. I am so sorry about that though. Okay, we got 3s, a 3, a 5, a 6, and a 2. That's a good variety. Okay. Let's see. We need to move at least one. But let's clear out a plane. Because that's good to do. We need to clear out that plane. Okay, now let's roll. Let me move these over. Let me roll an orange. 5. Okay, we have a 5 already. So let's do that and that. Actually, let's do a 6 so we can get it back to straight. There we go. That's back to normal. Okay, and now orange rolls. 6. So that is too high for this. Yeah, it's too high. Let's see. 6. This has to be in order, and I can't clear out the planes there. So we will add some coffee, or I could use a coffee and make it a 5, which that might be a better idea. But I think I'm just going to give a coffee instead of using a coffee. Okay. Now we use one of these. This doesn't do anything, but we got to get a low number to do these. So let's roll this. Okay, we got a 7. That's good. We move down 1. Okay, that's nice. And now we're going to blue. So they've got a 5. We've got to see what we can do. I mean, I could just change it to the brakes if I really want to, or I could do that. That makes it harder for me, though. But I am getting a lot of high numbers. So I think I'm just going to change it to a 4 with a coffee. And do... Oh, wait. What am I doing? 5. It was a 5. So I can just go here, activate this, and move that. So let me put that coffee back, because I don't need to use it. Now let's roll an orange. 2. Okay, 2's good. Let's start activating this. Boom. And we need to clear that plane out later. Okay, so those steps are done. Let me put orange back where it goes and blue back where it goes. Okay, next round, we move it down. Now it's orange's turn to start. Let me move over to the other side so I can roll these nicely so I don't cover the whole thing. Okay, we got 3, 3, 1, and 6. So now let's see what I can do. So I need to clear out that plane, so automatically using the 1 to clear out that plane. Otherwise we can't move and we crash. Next one, okay, let's see. We have to roll a blue. Let me move these over. Roll this. 4. Interesting. I could just activate all of those. Or I could move us 1 with the 4 and the 3. So 7 moves down 1. So now we're still on track. Okay. And then we got to roll a blue. Let's see what it is. It's a 4. So I could activate this. I can't use that. Could use a coffee, but we don't really need it at the moment. So let's see. I think I'm going to do this just to get it done. Moves 1, whatever. We just need to get it straight the next turn. Or the final round. The final round is when these are both lined up. And you'll lose if this goes further than this. Like basically if this is here and this isn't here yet, you've flown over your destination. Okay, so let's roll a blue. 6. Let's see what we can do with that. Not those. Not that. I can't, the breaks have to be in order. So, I could change it to a 4, but I don't feel like using the coffee token just yet. Hiccups. Or small things. Okay, orange 6. Let's see. We can't do that yet, but we should change it to that later. Okay. I don't want to add more coffee. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to change it to a 3 with all my coffee tokens I have. 6, 5, 4, 3. Put it right there. And then let's move it up because we won't need to move 2 at the moment. There we go. Okay. Now blue needs to roll theirs and see what's going on. 2. Okay. 2, let's clear out that plane. Perfect idea. Okay. Now we've done all that. We checked those. We're good. Okay. Place the blue back. Place the orange back. Okay. Now we move this down. We acquire the second reroll token. So if I'm really in dire need, I have 2 reroll tokens. Also, I'm not the best at this game, so be fine with that. Okay, 4, 4, 5, and 1. Okay, so let's start with the safe thing of activating the brakes. Or actually activating this, maybe. Activating the I have 2 4s, so I may as well just boop. Then we move it up. Okay. And now, let's roll an orange. Move these over. Okay, we got a 4. We can do that. It makes it an 8, and we move 1 space. Okay, now it's orange's turn again. 4. Well, that's perfect. We need to do this. Move it up 1. Okay, because it doesn't do anything with the planes. Okay, next one is blue. Let's use the 1. Can't clear out the planes just yet. Let's see. Oh, 1. And 1. I could keep it still. I don't have a coffee token at the moment. Oh wait, I have to roll an orange. No, I shouldn't do that then. 5, maybe? Let's think. Let me think of what I want to do. Can't change it to a 2. I've already done all these, so that's good. Could do a coffee. That's a good idea, but I think I'll put a 5. There's a good chance that it's going to roll something high. Of course it rolls a 1. Okay, well, get some coffee in there. And then blue has to place the 1 somewhere, so we are going to add coffee also. Okay, let's hope this rolls right. 6. Perfect. Nice. Move it over here. Okay, we're good. We got coffee. Let's take these oranges back over here and these blues back over here. Okay, so now we move this down. We've got 1 round until we get to the final. So let's see. I got to clear out those planes. I've got to get the 5 and the 6. Okay, let's start. Orange goes first. Let me move over again. Okay, now let me go. Woo! Okay, 4, 5, 6, and 2. Okay, so we need to do this. So 5 or 6, which one? The 6 is better for the engine because we've got a good range of that. So I'll do 5 there, activate that, move it over. We cannot move 2 anymore, which I don't want to do that anyway. Okay, so now let's roll a blue. Hopefully we get a high number. 2. Does that work? 6, 7, 8. Yes, it does. 2 and 6. So now this moves 1. Okay, we gotta clear out those planes. So now we gotta use coffee tokens when we can. Okay, so blue rolls. We need a 1. 6. I can't flip it over to the other side. So we will add a coffee token. Oh, this is rough. I feel like I should place that there and place this here. Okay, I just have to clear those planes out in that round. Okay. So now, roll a blue. Oh, this moves 2. So I gotta make sure that I can get that straight in the next round. 6, I don't need that. Okay, that's fine. We already got what we needed done. Let's just add a coffee token. And then we've got a 2. I'm using a coffee token to change this into a 1. Clear out the plane. Okay. So now we roll the blue. Can we get a 1? We got a 6 again. Wow, I'm rolling a lot of 6s. Coffee token. Otherwise, it doesn't do anything. Oh, wait. No, I need to activate the brakes or get like a 1 or whatever. Okay. Take the blues back. This is the final round. So now I see what I need to do. I need to clear out the planes. I already did the switches. Yeah, I need to clear out the planes. Make sure this is straight. Make sure this is less than the engine. Okay. Final round. Let's do this. We got a 1. Okay, we got 4 1s. Oh my goodness. That is not... Actually, that might be really good. Oh, don't roll those yet. Okay, let's start with the engine as a 1. That's what we need. Okay. And then we'll roll one of these. We got a 2. Okay. So we're going to use a coffee token and change this to a 1. Okay. The engine's good. Now we need to get this done. Okay. This can go on to... What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Clear the plane. There we go. Roll this. We got a 3. Let's change that to a 1. And I think we've won after that. Okay. Change this to... Wait, no. Change it to a 2. Because that's the difference we need. Wait, no. 3. Wait, 3. Wait. Okay. Put this back. So I think I had 2. Yeah, I believe I had 2. So if I got a 3, then that's good. Because 3 and 1 is 2. So now that's good. Okay. And now I think we did it. So this is less than the engine. This is straight. We've arrived at our destination. There's no planes. Guys, I just won the first game of Sky Team. Comment down below if you want me to play the other modes. I have played them before, but I'm not the best at Sky Team, honestly. So this was the basic one. See you guys next time. Bye.